All of us have access to something. All of us have access to something. I happen to have access to about 500 of these um, juice bottles, in which I paid $180 for. If I didn't utilize these pots, I would have had to allocate another 200 to 300 to go get some pots to house my plants in. And if I would have did that, I probably would never came across this method in the first place. So everything happens for a reason. And again, back to the point, you probably have something that you could utilize. Like, a lot of you guys complain and say, oh, you can't afford to go get a bunch of pots, this and that. Understood. But you have styrofoam cups in your house. You have plastic cups that you utilize to pour juice or water in. You have those water bottles. I had the water bottle sit somewhere. It's somewhere around here. You guys have access to something that you can house your plants in. Again, you don't have to spend $180 and lose out on that $180 for it to hit you and utilize it like I did. You could literally utilize what you throw out every day. You drink water every day, right? This is one of those 16-ounce bottles that you could utilize as a house for your plants. All you literally got to do, neighbors, is cut the top of this bottle, poke holes around it, and you could start to growing whatever. You could start sprouting some tomatoes in it, some peppers. You could start growing onions, strawberries, dill, basil. You could start growing it and something like this. You could grow lettuce in a styrofoam cup. You could grow kale or whatever green you want to grow in one of these plastic bottles. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is just cut the top of it, and if you need more room, cut it in half. You feel me? And it makes for a bigger, more room, more space. You feel me? And if you need more space for the root to grow downward, all you got to do is cut it more towards the top where the cap goes. That way you have all this room for the roots to grow. You feel me? You have, and I'm pretty sure you throw this out every single day that you drink water. You can utilize that. You probably have some storage bin that you have sitting around. Utilize that. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop making excuses to growing our own food. And just call a spade a spade. Say you just don't wanna grow your own food. I'd rather you say that than constantly make excuses and say you can't grow your own. Oh, it's too expensive. How? You go to the store and buy vegetables and stuff to cook with every day. Seeds are super inexpensive. You could go buy a pack of seeds for about $4 to $5. If you can't expend money to that, every time you go purchase a scallion or celery or lettuce that's still connected to the bottom, celery that's still connected to the bottom or to the root, onions, ginger, turmeric, garlic. If you still buy these things from the store, you could grow these things. Sometimes all you need, and like I said earlier in the episode, sometimes all you need, especially when it comes to growing your own food, is access and creativity, and allow nature to be nature. And a lot of y'all think access is money. No, sometimes access is the things that's laying around in your house, in your room, in your space. Feel me? It's not money, funds, or technology. It's especially when it comes to growing your own. Access is the junk that you have available or that you're not utilizing or that you classify as junk every single day, like water bottles, storage bins. You get real creative, start using plastic bags. You could go get a grow bag. You could use what you get every single day. You could possibly try to use a box. Now, when you water the box, it may get soggy on the bottom. Feel me? But you could utilize it. Just keep it on the porch or something. You ain't gotta keep it in there because eventually it's going to biodegrade. But could you utilize it to sprout your stuff? You feel me? The bottoms of your celery, your scallions, your romaine lettuce, stuff of that nature. Plant that in the soil. Water it. Put it in the windowsill. Put it on your porch. And I guarantee you, you will start to see stuff growing. And that one seed, that one cup can be the seed planted in your mind to then have you cultivating and producing hundreds of produce